Yeah. Brassy girls everywhere, titty ass hands in the air, so party over here, shaking for the man of the year, man of the year.
What is up, everybody? It is Bearded Catman 43 back at you again with another video. So this video is going to be a little different than the last two. I'm not going to do a review. This is sort of kind of like 21 questions. It allows me to let you guys kind of get to know me on somewhat of a personal level, but at the same time not giving out too much information. But you know, maybe something that you can relate to, and so we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me go ahead and get this all pulled up the way I'll need it to. Alright, so for question number 1, name, age, and where I'm from. I'm not going to give out last name, but my first name is Tristan. I'm 24 years old, and I am originally from a small town in Kansas called Towanda, but then moved to a bigger city called Wichita. So those are mainly the two places that I'm from. Alright, number 2, best and worst job. Probably my best job was working at the T-Mobile call center. You know, great pay, mainly just answered questions and answered phones all day, but the atmosphere was awesome, the people were awesome, and you know, it was really, you know, wasn't really happy when I moved to Manhattan and had to quit that job. So that's probably my best. And my worst job really wasn't actually, like, I wouldn't consider it my worst job, but I would consider the things that I had to do pretty bad. But that was because it was my choice, so I will let you know that it is my choice, and I wouldn't take it back for anything. But I would say that, you know, the hardest job I've ever did was be a medic in the Army. You know, to be able to get through basic training, and then my training for my job, and then, you know, all of the training that I did while I was with my unit, and you know, having that rank system, and pretty much have your whole life revolve around the Army, was a little tough, but you know, looking back, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Alright, and so for number 3, favorite kind of music. So this one's actually good because I really enjoy all kinds of music. I mean all kinds. I'm not meaning just the typical rap, rock, and country. I'm talking, you know, I love Frank Sinatra, dubstep, trap. You know, I love all kinds of music. You know, 70s, 80s, metal, or, you know, rock, and you know, anything that gets that feeling inside of you. You know, there's some music that I enjoy for the beat or the sound, and then there's other music that I like for the lyrics. And it's really depending on the day, the mood, and what I listen to. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Shinedown. You know, just kind of gets me pumped up, but also has those songs that, you know, sort of make you think. So there's that. Let me go ahead and... Alright, so for number 4, school. And when I mean school, you know, of course, I'm 24, so hopefully I graduated high school, which I did back in 2010. Recently, this is my first semester, but I recently just went back to college using my GI Bill. I go to Kansas State University, and I'm majoring in computer science, looking to get my bachelor's. And I'm either going to focus on network or game design. So, you know, it's been rough starting because it's been a while since I've been in school. So, you know, this semester was a little rough, but you know, it's only going to go up from there. All right, and so for number 5, any vices. And if you don't know what vices are, it's mainly bad things, bad habits. And my bad habits are I drink occasionally. I used to drink quite a bit, but I don't do it as much. It just doesn't give me that good feeling anymore. Um, I dip. I've been doing that for a while since I was about 17, and even going through basic and not being able to, I still ended up doing it. And so, and when I'm not able to dip, but I still need to get my nicotine, I do have an e-cigarette. It's not one of the little tiny ones. It's a big box and a big tank. It's a sub-ohm tank with a Sigelli 150 for anybody who does know anything about it. Um, with the Crown sub-ohm tank running at 65 watts on the 0.25 ohm. So a lot of people are gonna be like, what is that? You're on YouTube. You can do some research. So for that one, that's it. And oh, by the way, I don't do drugs. I used to smoke weed way back in the day, freshman, sophomore, high school, but I didn't do it very often. Haven't done any hardcore drugs, cocaine, shrooms, meth, heroin, none of that. I've never done any of that. So that's that one. Sorry, I just have them numbered, so I don't have exactly which ones I've done. All right, so that's supposed to say 6. That's supposed to be number 6. I guess I didn't go back in and fix it. But I started out with this, but I was like, well, maybe I should have some actual kind of background questions first. So, watch Star Wars or Star Trek? I'm probably going to make a lot of people angry at me, but I do not like Star Trek. I am a huge Star Wars nerd. And when I mean huge Star Wars nerd, like I try to read the books. I've read a few of the comics. I'm really big into the back stories other than the movies. Every week I listen to a podcast called Jedi Council to find out information about the new movies coming out, the comics, the books, the games, the cartoons. I've watched all of Rebels, so I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. So I really enjoy it. So sorry for you Trekkies out there, but I can't get into it. All right. So this is kind of getting into these questions where it's just, one or the other, just to kind of get you guys a feel of, what I enjoy and what I prefer. So crash with friends or stay in a hotel. I would rather stay in a hotel. It's makes me feel like it's a vacation. I'm going in May to the drag races 45 minutes away, but we'll be staying in a hotel. So that's a vacation for me. I just really enjoy being able to walk in and the room's all nice and clean, and you can go down and swim in the pool. I just really enjoy that atmosphere. And we got to kind of step this up a little bit. We're running out of time here. Okay, number 8. Visit Europe or Mexico? Hands down, Europe. Later on in the thing, you'll find out that where exactly I want to go and everything. Vacation in Hawaii or Alaska, and why? I want to go to Alaska just because of all of the mountains and the uninhabited, area. It's gorgeous, and there's a lot of things you can do. Hawaii's more, I feel like, just a big tourist attraction. It would be beautiful to see Hawaii, but I would prefer Alaska. Number 10, watch TV or read a book. I actually would rather watch TV. I'm very visual. And when I read a book, I read way too fast, and so I don't pick up details, and so I'm not able to imagine those details and make the story interesting to me. Choose a free trip or money. So when it comes to this, there's a thing about that. If it's a free trip, I want to know the stipulations. I want to know what I can and can't do. Will I be given money to be able to enjoy certain things, or is it all inclusive? Things like that, and how much money would I get? Based on those two things, I would then make my decision. But more than likely, if if it's the money is the amount of stuff that it would be cost to pay for the free trip, I'd probably just take the free trip and not have to worry about the money. All right, number 12, camp in an RV or stay in a tent. Really depends on how long, if I'm out there. If I'm only out there a few days, I would stay in a tent. But if it's going to be around a week, I would be in an RV, just because, being in the military, I'm not a big fan of being outside and, not having the amenities. All right, so we definitely got to speed this up. We got about 4 minutes to finish. Um, Watch sports or play sports. I used to love to play sports, but now that I'm injured, I have arthritis in my right hip and a messed up knee. So now I watch sports. What is your biggest success up until now? Definitely the Army. Making it through basic and becoming a medic and things like that. Really, I, I, I really enjoy that. Number 15, university or life experience. It's funny because I am going to a university, but I believe life experience is far greater than anything you can learn in school. 16, if you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? I would go back into the 50s. I just like the way they dressed, the way that the world was. Yeah, we had, the the Red Scare and things like that, but it was just a simpler time, and I really would enjoy seeing it. Number 17, who is your favorite author? This is probably I don't really read a lot of books, and so my favorite author is Tucker Max. I just love his crazy, outlandish stories, and it just makes for a fun read. Number 18, if money was no object, what would you do all day? I would do a lot of things. I would have a complete big setup of computers, and I'd probably actually stream instead of just do YouTube. I don't have the money to be able to do that quite yet. I don't have the setup, but I am working on getting a webcam and also an actual microphone. So be looking forward to that. All right. Number 19. What one thing would you change if you had to do it over? I would definitely choose different people to be in my life. Some of the people that's been in my life have royally fucked me over, and so I would definitely like to have better people in my life. All right, what would you do if you want? Who would you want with you if you were stranded on a desert island? I would have to say my dad. We are the same person, and when I mean the same person, we literally can agree on everything on how to do it correctly and to be able to survive. And finally, for the 21st question, we have, where do you most want to travel but have never been? So this one's kind of weird because I have been there, but I have not got to actually see a lot of it, and that's Germany. I was there for 3 months while in the Army doing training, but that's pretty much it. And I got to go to Rothenburg, which was a tourist attraction, but I wanted to see Munich, I wanted to see Berlin, I wanted to see a bunch of other places, so I would love to go back there and see all that. So for that is all 21 questions, just to kind of let you guys know more about me. And so, if you enjoyed this, want to see more questions answered or more reviews, I'm going to be getting some reaction videos up, hopefully some let's plays, hopefully, if I can get everything going. But if you want to see more of that, go ahead and subscribe to me, and so I'll see you guys later.